Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of The Source. Continuing on with college football week 5. We're talking Colorado again after that blowout loss to Oregon last week. Now they got USC. They're at home, though. USC at Colorado. Line's at 21.5. It was at 23.5 earlier in the week. At 21.5 now. Total's up at 73.5. Wow. Let's go.
Welcome to The Source. The Source. Hey, get the Source.
So early public comes in heavy on USC at 23.5, but then it starts to swing towards Colorado a little bit. Line drops down to 21.5, like I said. Public's getting pretty close to even now. Sharp money definitely still on the Trojans, though. So obviously we got to start with the elephant in the room. We all saw what happened last week. It was 42-0 Oregon with 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. An absolute beatdown. It was very clear that Colorado's offensive line and defense just are not on the same level as these upper tier FBS programs. Ducks had 7 drives. 6 of them were touchdowns. 1 was a Bo Nix interception. So Colorado didn't make a single stop in the game up until that point. So how exactly do we expect them to make stops against USC? Because the USC offense is ranked even higher than Oregon's. USC's got the second highest rated offense in the FBS behind only Washington, 49th in effective rush, 2nd in effective pass. Now, if you're looking for angles to bet Colorado, that could be one of them. I mean, USC doesn't have a rushing attack like the Ducks do. And the Ducks did a ton of their offensive damage against Colorado on the ground. They had 38 carries for 240 yards in that game, 6.3 yards per carry, and it was even worse than that because Oregon took their foot off the gas in the final three drives of the game, diluting those numbers a bit. But the truth is, Bo Nix basically did whatever he wanted through the air as well. And Caleb Williams is arguably the best quarterback in the entire country. He's probably going to be the first overall pick. He's basically been perfect to start the season. He's averaging 300 passing yards a game, 15 touchdowns, no interceptions. He's got a 223.1 passer rating on the season. I don't see any way in hell the Colorado defense can make stops on this offense, especially without Travis Hunter on the field. But there are a couple differences in this matchup than there were last week that might give you a little bit of hope if you're on Colorado. First of all, defensively, Oregon's a lot better than USC. USC's defense is ranked just 65th in the FBS. This is not an elite defense at all. Also, this game's at home in Boulder. USC just played their first road game of the season last week in Arizona State, and they didn't even blow them out. Final score was 42-28, and the Arizona State points, they didn't come in garbage time. In fact, the score of that game midway through the third quarter was 24-21. Arizona State kind of played them tough. Now, top to bottom, Arizona State is probably a stronger team than Colorado, but we're talking about catching 21.5 points at home here, and we just saw USC struggling on the road against a pretty bad Arizona State team. Here's the scary part if you like Colorado. What's the Buffalo's biggest weakness this year? You'd have to say the run defense, right? It looks terrible. It's part of the reason why the Oregon game got so ugly so fast, because the Ducks ran the shit out of the ball on them. So part of me is like, you know what? USC can't run the ball like Oregon. Maybe the Colorado defense can look a little better against them. But that angle gets shot down when you see that USC absolutely steamrolled Arizona State on the ground. 29 carries for 213 yards, 7.3 yards per carry. And Arizona State's run defense is rated 81st. Colorado's 132nd. Literally one of the worst run defenses in the entire country. So yeah, it's a little terrifying. I don't want to spend too much time on this game. As I've said multiple times before, I don't think there's a ton of betting value on these Colorado games. There's just too many question marks, too many unknowns. Insanely hard to try to predict what's going to happen. But one last thing I will bring up, Travis Hunter apparently is texting Deion saying he's going to play against USC. He said he won't take no for an answer. I don't know if that moves the needle for me, but he is one of the best defensive players in the country, so it's definitely something we should keep an eye on. As far as what I'm betting in this game, I mean, it won't be a big bet either way, but I think my favorite bet would be USC first half minus 12.5. I could see USC taking their foot off the gas in the second half, kind of like Oregon did. Everyone's rooting for Coach Prime. Everyone likes Deion, so you don't want to blow them out and embarrass them. So I could see USC jumping out to a huge early lead like Oregon did and then taking their foot off. So USC first half minus 12.5. I'll take it. If you want my top bets, parlays of the day, if you want to join our Discord, or if you want to get in on the NFL against the spread contest, the giveaways, all that information can be found on kylekerms.com right on the homepage. College football week 5. A lot of good matchups, a lot of value on the board this week. Remember to bet responsibly, and I'll talk to you in the Discord.